Hello and welcome to another haul video from Blue Justin. That's me, still Justin, still not Blue. And this one, instead of just being a week long, I decided to save it up until I reach the end of the month. Also because the weekly one was interrupted by the fact that it was my wife's birthday, so we actually took a weekend off for doing that. And it seemed a sensible idea to try out a longer format. Anyway, starting quickly because I've still got quite a lot of stuff to get through for you. Doolittle, yes, I know, hasn't received the greatest reception, but it's an interesting thing. I think I'm just interested in seeing whether it deserves the dislike it's getting. And I like Robert Downey Jr. and it was in a sale of 4Ks for 2 for whatever, etc. So let's see. Aha! Something I do know something about. Which one's this? Season 8 of the classic Doctor Who, the new Blu-ray sets. I'm collecting all of these. I missed out on the first one, and it shot up in price ridiculously. I'm so glad that they re-released it, so I could get the re-release copy, the only difference being it hasn't got a collection number stamped on its bottom or something like these I think do somewhere. Well, I think they do. I think these are limited editions, so I probably am just looking in the wrong place on the case. Okay, anyway, yeah, that's the season 8 of the classic Doctor Who. That one's made up of, that's Terror of the Autons, Mind of Evil, Claws of Axos, Colony in Space, and the Demons. And basically that's the big season with Roger Delgado as who got introduced as the Master, the true Master. Plague. I just saw it and sounded interesting. Didn't actually know that it was only in Spanish with English subtitles, but it doesn't really bother me. Unfortunately, the person I was buying it off on eBay didn't know either, so I couldn't even ask him for confirmation one way or the other, which was a bit of a shame. Well, I did ask and he didn't know. He was in his warehouse. Oh, good look. Anyway, looking forward to seeing this. During an outbreak of the bubonic plague in Seville, former soldier returns to honour his friend's dying wish, type of thing, and the murderer is using the plague to cover up his killings, and they're trying to track him down, and this is the man they choose for the job. Cold Blood Legacy. That's Jean Reno. He's doing some killing stuff. He's good at it. I really like the actor. It sounded like my sort of thing. Obviously this is the German import, as you can see from the huge great marking, and I don't even have to open it to know that there'll be I can swap the cover around inside to remove that, because it actually says on the front underneath it that it's, sorry, I keep on reflecting for you, don't I? Wendy cover, which is German for reversible cover. San Andreas. Haven't seen this one, but I like the rock. You know what you're going to get with him most of the time, pretty much. It's going to be fun. It's a disaster movie with lots of action and huge special effects budget. I can turn my brain off and watch it sometime. That'd be great. Hard Boiled. Now we are talking some serious John Woo action. Why this hasn't got a proper release in the UK on a Blu-ray, I don't know. I had to import this one from, I think I got this one from the States, and it was still expensive, but the price had come down from something ridiculous the week before to something slightly less ridiculous. So I took advantage of the price drop and grabbed it before it went out of stock again, and I had to get from third-party type sellers who were just trying to get more money out of me. Great film. Heard mixed things. Some people love it, some people hate it. I've never played the video game, so I won't be relating it to that when I get around to watching it. Looks like it's going to look at least spectacular and sound spectacular with the 4K, even if the story is not particularly going to be one that is close enough to the film or actable enough. And whatever it's worth, I like Mila Jovovich. Her Jovovich, yes. Lone Ranger, going back a bit, but came on really cheap offer recently on, I think it was Amazon, so I picked it up and added it to my collection. I like Arnie Hammer, I like Johnny Depp, so even if it's not going to be an Oscar-winning performance or anything, it's going to be fun. Continuing my way through the series of Van Helsing. This is season 4. I have the first 3. I don't see why I should stop now. It's pretty nicely 18 rated, so you're not getting something that's tamed down for the child audience. So really looking forward to getting this far through. Yeah. What's next? What we got? Oh yes, here we go. Yep. Anyone who knows me will know I love my submarine movies, and this is quite a recent one, at least for this country. Torpedo U-235. It's the U-235 doesn't refer to the U-boat. This particular one, it refers to the fact that there's a consignment of uranium being taken by the resistance away from the bad guys, Nazis, and they're trying to get it safely to America, and obviously the bad guys are on their tail. I think it's a Dutch movie, though the original soundtrack isn't included like it is on the American release. However, the American release original soundtrack and dubbed English soundtracks are both in Dolby Digital Lossy 5.1, and this one, though it's only the dubbed English track, is in DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, not incidentally in 2.0 PCM like it says on the back of the cover, back cover. So don't always believe what it says. Future World, follow up to the original Westworld. Actually, I haven't seen it, but I really liked Westworld and I want to see it, so I bought it. Ben-Hur Steelbook. I'll see if I can get that to reflect without making it so reflective that you can't actually see it. You can actually see the embossing on around the main figure there. Just have to, so you can see some of it. Okay, right. Yeah, it's Ben-Hur, isn't it? It's the original. So, yep, haven't watched it in some time. Didn't have the Blu-ray, so it was certainly worth an upgrade from the DVD film of this class. And it was a steelbook on the side. That's a bonus. It came from beneath the sea. It surely did. And in this particular case, it's an indicator release, which usually means it'll be of a decent quality. And it's Ray Harryhausen, and I love his work. It's always interesting to see what he managed to do so many years ago with stop motion animation. Brilliant stuff. Double pack, 28 days later, 28 weeks later. I've seen 28 days later. I believe I've got the DVD somewhere. I saw it before that anyway. I enjoyed it. I'm not really normally a big horror fan, but that I did enjoy that one. Never seen 28 weeks later, the follow up, and I'll be very interested to do so. And I grabbed this one when I saw it come on offer as a double pack. So two films for the price of a lot less than one, actually. Emily. So I honestly I failed my French A level about 3 times, so I'm not going to even try anymore. Yeah, I've just heard very, very good things about it, and I've been interested in watching it for some time. But a woman just tries to do good in the world, and that's hopefully very uplifting, even if it has to be in French with subtitles. Maybe I'll learn some more French, or at least how her name's pronounced. Aladdin Steelbook 4K. This is obviously the original animated Aladdin. Brilliant animated film. I really like it. I've got the live action, which comes one on Steelbook somewhere. Haven't seen it yet. But like I said, I think I might have shown that one and said willing to give it a try in one of my earlier videos. So yeah, this one's a step up from my Blu-ray. So I'm hoping for a higher quality picture and sound. This one's quite interesting and annoying at the same time. It's called 10th Victim. It's similar to the idea behind things like, and they say on the back actually, Rollerball and Running Man. Basically about a time and future where reality shows have become so violent, it's now all about killing opponents, and it's all legalized murder. Actually, it sounds very much like Contender Series 7, which is an interesting film that I caught late one night on Channel 4 or something, and eventually tracked down a DVD of. They don't do a Blu-ray of it anywhere. Which is very similar idea of where you track each other around the world, or America in that case, and kill for a big prize. In this particular case, I think the film was made in about 1964, so it's well ahead of the others, so well ahead of its time. And this one stars Ursula Andress with apparently a killer bikini. Don't ask. Yeah, as in sort of like not a white bikini that looks killer. This one appears to have machine guns built into it. Don't ask me. I didn't make it. For what it's worth, I don't know why it's 18 rated. I checked on the BBFC, and the film itself, I think, is actually only a 12, being from 1964. It's probably quite tame. And I can't work out which of the extras is likely to put it up, and I can't find any information on the BBFC either. But it could be the interview. Maybe they mentioned something. I can't imagine in an interview if they're going to make something they're making 18. I mean, they swear and kill each other on the interview all the way through? I don't know. Anyway, the other interesting thing is that, I shall show you. The picture's worth 1,000 words and all that. Especially with me, I hear you say. Shut up. The cover has a slip section I'll show you in a minute that goes in with is a slightly different angle on the cover, and the target, instead of being complete, getting hit with the bullets. But what's also quite interesting is that the incipient is lenticular, which is quite good fun. The annoying thing is that it's going to look really silly on the shelf, because despite the fact it's a Blu-ray, okay, it's got a DVD in it as well, it's a double pack, but despite the fact it's essentially a Blu-ray, it comes in a DVD sized case. That's going to annoy me. And obviously I can't just move it across because the paper slip won't fit over an HD case. Right, just got to remove sticker. Because HMV delivery stickers have your address on them. Postman, Kevin Costner. Haven't seen this one. Interesting sounding, coming across the wastelands, enigmatic drifter. Knack for Shakespeare, giving the power to inspire hope, which is nice in these times of pre-apocalyptic disaster. Just after recently picking up the original XXX, and I'd already had the XXX Return of Xander Cage, I thought I'd see if I could pick up the middle one. This one's The Next Level, though I think it has an alternative name, I can't remember. Is it written down anywhere? No, that'd be too useful, wouldn't it? I'm sure you all know, and if you could help me out, just put it in the comments below, please. Just to what the alternative name is to The Next Level, or the alternative subtitle. I know this one doesn't involve Xander Cage, so it's sort of like a step away, but just keeping the same universe. Alien Nation, great film. Actually really enjoyed the spin-off series as well. I didn't think it went on long enough, and it's only ever had a DVD release, which is again very frustrating when they do that, but all too common. Aliens land on Earth, integrate with society, for people who don't know, treated like second-class citizens, of course. And this is the first story. It tells the story of San Francisco they started making up, because the names were unpronounceable when they made them passports or whatever. They started joking about with the names they gave the aliens, but they're making them up. Just some of them got silly names, and this is all about he's the first one to be allowed into the police force. Obviously, that's a rare enough thing in itself. And then there's just the big plot of what secret are the aliens hiding that they all attempt to uncover, and all the undercover dealings around it. 18 rated, must be quite violent. I have seen it before, I can't remember it being that violent. Versus, I've been thinking about getting the DVD of this one for a long time, but then I saw this one, which is Arrow to steal a line from Big Bull, limited edition. Sounds really good, apart from the relentless, one-of-a-kind sensory assault, hyperkinetic fight sequences, sword slashing violence, gory zombie horror. You've got escaped convicts entering mythical forest and finding the site of the 444th portal of the 666 hidden gates from the earth to the netherworld, and all hell breaks loose, essentially. It sounds really good. It's got 2 versions of the film on there, from the 2K restoration, approved by the director. It's got I think it's got the director's cut and the basic director's cut and the extended cut, which puts in a little bit more and some more CGI extended sequences that I think the director did still approve, but didn't have the money for when he originally made it. Oddly, it's only the super long, the maximum extended cut, that's got the English full soundtrack on. You've got English subtitles on both versions, but you only got English dubbed audio on the longer version, which seems a little strange. You'd have thought if they were adding stuff, they could just miss that out. Audio commentaries, new visual essays, loads of extras. As you can, I don't think you probably read them because the writing's too small, but you get the idea. Russian Raid, words been going around about this one. Yep, sounds really good to me. It's not a remake of The Raid. It's taken its inspiration from The Raid. A fantastic film, which, as I recall correctly, people were demanding their money back because they weren't warned that it had subtitles when they went to see it at the cinema after being told it was so good. I just beggars belief sometimes. This one is, honestly, it says it's a Russian film made using the idea behind Raid, but in is it a meat factory, local factory, doesn't say specifically, like private security force, big hostile takeover, big fighting sequence, using lots and lots of real mixed martial arts people, as I understand it. And talking of martial arts, back with the swords. Oh yeah, I went out and got it. This is, as you can tell, this is the US one because there's no UK ratings label. I don't think it's out in the UK, or whether it'll ever get a release in the UK. Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1. No English audio for those who worry about such things. Don't think it's going to make actually that much difference, on the principle that once the plot is laid down with a little bit of subtitle talking near the beginning, I think it's going to be quite obvious what happens. Man goes into village, gets ambushed, all hell breaks loose. 400 people versus 1. Let me see. Where's in the title as the clue. So, yep, and its big selling point, though I think it's probably got more to it than that, is that the fight sequence, whilst it is edited subtly, and it looks like it's one long sequence, but it isn't quite, a bit like 1917. There are clever cuts to trim them together. It was 74-minute fight sequence done in a single take. That's going to be tiring. The Doorman. Oh, that's interesting. They've actually... No, I thought for a minute they were actually going to put something in English on the back of a German Blu-ray. Did seem a bit unlikely. No, I was just reading the name at the beginning, and of course, since it's, the name is in English, that's fooled me. Where have we got? Again, we've got Jean Reno. As I mentioned earlier, I like him as an actor, and I think he works very well in films like this, though he can turn his hand to other types. And there's going to be lots of fighting, I imagine. Dead Man Running, all action, adrenaline pumping thrill ride. Danny Dyer and 50 Cent are in there amongst others. High octane blockbuster, clock is ticking, and it just sounded like fun. And here we go for my slapped wrist moment. Wonder Woman 1984. Yep, this is the regular 4K Steelbook. I haven't seen it. I know that it's widely believed to be a lot worse than the first Wonder Woman movie, and also that DC have upped their game with certain more recent releases, etc. So it's not getting the love that was expected. I think it's too much was potentially expected of it after the first one, which is why it's getting such hate from some quarters. However, I really want to give it a try, so, and I like Steelbooks, so there you go. Oh yeah, why it wasn't why it was being not. I was guilty of everything. This is why I'm guilty of something. It's the other Steelbook 4K of Wonder Woman 1984. Yep, this is the HMV limited edition exclusive, and basically I'm sure keep one and sell on the other depending on which one I decide I like in the end or fits best into the oeuvre of the images. At the moment, I'm probably, despite the fact it'll go up more in price, I imagine, because of the limited edition and the exclusivity, I'm looking to keep probably this one because I like the artwork more. Though that will depend a lot on I can find somebody's unboxing and find out whether any of them have any embossing or debossing, but I don't think they do at the moment. The rear, incidentally, is identical because it's just a piece of paper. Obviously, I mean, the paper slip anyway is identical on both. Yeah. So obviously they've got the same contents. Lots of 4K goodness. Classic from that I saw when I was a lot younger. THX 1138. This is the director's cut. George Lucas's first, I believe, first feature film. And he's got his commentary, it's his cut. I saw it when I was at school. I think it was recommended viewing or something. Sort of look into how taking away people's humanity could go in the future, etc. So looking forward to watching that one again because I haven't seen it for a very, very long time, so I can't quite remember how it goes. I think it's to do with the fact that, yes, love is the ultimate crime, and two people, of course, fall in love, that being the point of the movie. The recent Invisible Man, I think this is the one that I got with the Tifa price on Doolittle, and some might say both are as bad as each other, but I've heard some people really quite like this one. Haven't heard many like Doolittle, I must admit. Okay, anyway, I shall check it out. This one, I'm not sure I can pronounce this one either. Un Espíritu Bull. That's because it's a Spanish release. And again, that's because there's no UK release, despite the fact it's an absolutely classic movie. And the ones from around the world are either out of print, or that means they're really, really expensive, or they're just really expensive. And this was reasonable. And I wanted it because this is I think it's 1951. But I can't be sure off the top of my head. Please tell me. Please put comments below, letting me know what year this is from. This is the original, and which would help you to make the comment. This is the original Blithe Spirit, which has recently been remade and was released on Sky Movies, I believe. I haven't seen it because I don't stream. Are going on that the remake is really, really bad compared to this original. So I want to find out. So we shall see when that's released, because I put it on order for the physical release. Bitch in the Stud. This is a nice little book there. And double pack and everything. Not quite sure why it's got, just says the stud on this side of that one. So it's definitely, this is on the spine that side, that it's got both of those in there. So yeah. Trailers and whatnot. Never seen them, was too young when they came out. This is the remake, the recent one. Haven't seen and haven't got the original, though I hear it's really good. Tried to track it down, but it's only available in the UK, at least, as a limited edition and quite expensive. So I'm hoping I can either pick it up from another country, or maybe they'll release it as a non-limited edition, but it doesn't look like it because it's been out on the limited not limited or special edition, whatever, for so long. James Dean is 3 movies. Not seen any of them. I know, don't tell me. I know I should, so that's why I bought it. East of Eden, Rebel Without a Cause, Giant. They went down in the annals of classic movies, and just before his tragic loss. Police Squad, complete series, only 6 episodes. You keep on thinking there would have been more of them, but looking forward to catching up with these. I mean, he was so popular they even had a spin-off advert for, was it Red Rock cider? It's not red and there are no rocks in it. It's a bit like Blue Justin. Nine. Not German, as in not. It's all about the life of the film director Guido Contini and the 9 women in his life. I'm not going to read them all out, but his wife, his mistress, his muse, his mother, that sort of thing, his best friend from childhood, whatever. So, yeah, just sounds like an interesting film rather than something that's I can just sit back and turn my brain off, like quite a lot of these. Swimming with Men. Rob Brydon has a midlife crisis and joins an all-male synchronised swimming team, like you do. This is a German release. They released it on DVD in the UK, but not Blu-ray. I bought the DVD for my mum for her birthday a while back because she really likes Rob Brydon, and so I thought I'll get it for myself, but only on the Blu from Germany. I'll find out later whether it's got reversible cover. What have we here? Oh, yes. This is the Zavvi exclusive Steelbook 4K for Gattaca, a movie that I really feel I should have seen by now, judging by the description and other people's comments about how good it is, and I haven't, so I'm gonna. And this is the Zavvi exclusive double pack for Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 in preparation for the Mortal Kombat film upcoming. However, these don't looking at the clips, these don't look anything like the new one. It's on the way, and actual fact, I'm going to open it up, but for one reason. If you can hear anything in the background, somebody's decided to. It's a great moment to clean the windows of this room. Lovely, great timing. Hopefully, it won't come through in the microphone. Anyway, I'm just going to peel back the sticky stuff. I've heard the first Mortal Kombat film is actually quite reasonable, but the second isn't really. So really it's come down to a lovely steelbook with that one on the front and that on the back. I shall open it up for the interior shots. Ooh, mini unboxing for you today. Discs are playing, that's just Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Anyway, that's it for today's big monthly haul, and I hope, unlike the warning that came up on my phone, that it didn't stop the recording partway through. It says it's still recording, but it came up with some sort of something gigabyte warning. Hopefully it'll be ignorable. It should just be recording to the SD card, which is huge, as long as it realises it is, which is great. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you still are, and I shall be back, and I shall be doing a special one-off haul video for the physical media that my wife got for her birthday, that stopped me recording the haul video for that week, as I referred to at the beginning. Anyway, please, if you did like the video, comment, like, subscribe, spread the word around. I could do with a few more subscribers, as you can see, and please keep on enjoying watching all the movies, all the TV, and everybody else's YouTube videos, and cheers, keep on enjoying yourselves.